This week, the Fiends watched
The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Yes, the new Netflix follow-up to Hill House.
Yeah, dude, Mike Flanagan. We've talked about him many times on this podcast and our other two Double So Fiends, and Mikey loves him.
I don't.
I can't stand him.
Yeah, you love Dr. Sleep, so you know what I'm saying, dude?
No, I liked it, but dude, it went so much worse over the time. I tried it again. It's awful. It's so bad. Anyway, sorry. Different. Go watch that episode.
So, what we do on the show, guys, is we just ask each other quickly, like, hey, what did you think of the whole the season as a whole? Right?
Yeah,
little short sentence.
Sure.
Because I don't know what he thought.
I have no idea what the fuck he thought about The Haunting of Bly Manor. So.
Yes.
So, Michael?
Yeah, that's my name, dude.
I think, last time I checked, what did you think, in a quick little synopsis, of The Haunting of Bly Manor?
I'm going to tell you right now. Sorry. I fucking hated this goddamn series. I fucking hated it. Did I mention I fucking hated it?
You didn't like it, did you?
Painful, suffering, and I will explain to you guys how I watched the fucking season after Mikey gives his fucking opinion because, you know, I did it for the podcast, let's say. But other than that, I fucking hated it. I will never watch it again. You couldn't pay me to watch this fucking thing again. Yeah, so, Michael?
Wow, yeah, yes.
What did you think of The Haunting of Bly Manor?
Like the accent? All right, here's the deal, man. Might be a little jaw-dropping. Might be a little jaw-dropping for some and for you, okay? I liked the season. Got him. This was one of the worst things I've ever watched.
Yes!
I was waiting until you looked up, but you had your head down, so I felt bad.
Dude.
Oh, no. I can't wait to give my score because I texted it to our buddy Dave Sotini after.
Yeah,
Not to share with you.
Separately. Because we have a group with him where because he loved Hill House, sold shit out to you. He loved it. So he was like, oh, Bly Manor, da-da-da. And we're like, we're doing a Fiends Watch. So, like, we don't want to
give away too much.
To each other. See what I'm saying? So I'm definitely excited to know your score. But
let me say, though.
I'm glad. No, I'm just saying I'm glad that you were lying because I really believed you for a second. I really did. I was like, he's the type of dude who might like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, dude, it was kind of,
you try to find, like
I cried a little bit.
Life gives you lemons. You fuck them. You fuck the lemons.
You fuck the lemons, dude.
But in this case, no, in all seriousness, and I've had conversations with people that saw I put up that I even started it on IG like last Friday when it came out. And it's out, guys. So again, feel free to watch it, obviously. But I got into like deep semi-arguments through Instagram with, oh, you're on the 4th episode and you're saying this is better than Hill House? I go, you're not watching what I'm watching because this is a steaming pile of shit. It's the most boring thing I've seen on Netflix as a series and as a season, I think, ever. I can't name you something that was more boring than this. That's my final statement.
I like that statement. I'm going to say you're right, but I think the only reason you're right is because of Hill House. So if Hill House was never out, and this just came out, I don't think it would be so polarizing. I don't think if you read the user reviews, it'd be fucking either an 8 through 10 or a 3 through a 1 because there was no expectations.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, okay, this is a little adaptation of Turning of the Screw and a bunch of other stories. Like, okay, that's fine. It's just that Hill House was so good that people were expecting this to be decent. And to me, it was not decent.
No. And that's the thing. Like, I went back and just skimmed through the first episode of Hill House.
That's exactly what I did.
Nice.
That is exactly what I did.
I did it after I finished the 9th episode.
Me too.
And I
That's
go,
exactly
you know
what
what?
I did.
Let me just go. And I go, oh, that's right. I was pulled into the first episode, whereas I was so concerned when the first episode ended. I go, I just knew in my gut. I go, oh, this is going to be the exact same pace and the exact same tone the rest of the fucking series.
So let me explain. Mikey probably how long did it take you to watch this series?
Started it Friday, finished it Sunday.
No. How long did it take you to finish this series?
Oh, yeah. Like the amount of hours I spent?
Yeah, dude.
9 hours.
Okay, it took him 9 episodes. It took him 9 hours to finish this series, right? It took me 2.5 hours to finish this series.
Tell him.
Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I watched, and hey, listen, hate on me all you want, because I would never do this. I would never, ever, ever do this. I would either turn the show off, or I would just continue watching it. I'm not going to do what I did for this. The only reason I did this was because I knew we were going to do a Fiends Watch, and I need to know what the fuck's going on and what happened in this and do I like it or not, right? I finished the first episode, and I said in my head, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not clicking that button. I'm clicking menu, and I'm going back.
Don't blame you.
Not doing it, right? So I texted Mikey, and I go, hey, man, are we going to do a Bly Manor, right? And he's like, yeah, I mean, right? Like, we should. And I'm like, yeah, we definitely should. I said, okay, cool. And just so I knew that we were definitely doing this, because what I did, all right? And I'll put up the pictures of the Wikipedia, because I actually screenshotted them today so I can put them up. I fucking finished first episode. I said, all right, I'm doing a podcast. Clicked episode 2. Wikipedia, the page for Wikipedia, has a breakdown of every single episode. The picture's up now so you guys can see. Gives a nice paragraph, a nice chunky paragraph of every key point that happens throughout the entire episode. So I would throw on episode 2, and I would read the paragraph in the first. I would read it and go, okay, this happened. Okay, cool. Take it, fast forward, stop. Fast forward, okay, this scene looks cool. Okay, fast forward, stop. Okay, you have the African American woman. Okay, I don't care about her. All right, stop. Okay, did that for every episode. Okay, so I would read actually what happened, so I know the story, so I knew what was happening, right? And who's a ghost, who's not a ghost, who's possessing who's fucking who. I knew all the shit. All right, but I didn't have to suffer through this fucking horribly. Just what's the word that people like when they think they're classy and they're what's that word?
Bougie?
No, that's the opposite. No.
Yeah.
Like people think they're it's not sophisticated. It's too
don't know.
Come on, bro. Yes, we say it all the time, dude.
Really?
It's so like artsy movies. You're like, pretentious.
There you go.
This fucking it was so pretentious. This fucking season, so pretentious, and I knew it when that bitch from Son-in-Law. Started narrating, had that horrible British accent.
Okay. So here's the deal, dude. And I did kind of blast him a little bit, but I understand why. He would have blasted me if it was like something reversed where it was like...
At least I finished it, okay?
At
least I fucking did it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he did. And I blasted him at first, but I understood. Like, guys, it's not like I was like, dude, nah, like, you got to watch the rest because...
Well, I didn't tell you that I did it is what I'm trying to see. What I mean, I didn't explain to you what I was doing.
No, even after.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying I didn't like explain to you fully while I was doing it. It was after that I was like, oh 100%. Yeah. It didn't take me 9 hours. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, huh?
Yeah. So
what do you mean, dude? Yeah. Oh, a little skim through, dude. How I got through high school, skim through everything.
Exactly.
But let's talk about her, dude. Let's talk about that because what people tend to forget, and if you remember, you're going to sit there, and even if you're someone that likes this show, okay? So her name is Carla Gugino. She's been in so many fucking things.
Molly's Game. Fine actress.
Oh, my God. Oh, dude, I've always dug her. And
she,
15, 20. I mean, she looks good now, but 15, 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Son-in-Law, she looked good, man.
Yeah. This is a ghost story that she's telling a fucking wedding party at a pre-wedding dinner. And
who?
With our friend Greg Sestero.
Yeah,
hey, you might know me from the room, and that's how I got this job.
I cannot make facial expressions.
Yeah, James Franco made a call for me so I can get this job. It was so weird that he was on there.
It was cool to see him when he popped up.
Yeah, it was cool, but I'm just going, this show's going to suck.
Yeah, I was like, why? I was like, all right, Greg Sestero's in this. That's cool. He's definitely not in it for a lot because he's not a good actor. So I was like, when I saw him, I go, there's no way. And then when I go, these are bookends, I go, okay, yeah, so he's just the fucking prop at the beginning.
He was on set for 14 hours.
Yeah, and exactly.
Let's not forget that she's telling them, I've got a ghost story for you. If I'm in that crowd of people, okay, either I'm leaving because it's too boring. Like, imagine if someone told you 1 through 9 and they told you it. I would say, hey, look, I'm looking for a quick scary story to tell, a dark type story for you to tell me, not a fucking life story and do all this in-depth detail. Like, I can't believe, and again, I know it's a show. At the end, I'm going, oh my God, everyone's still there. This is the most boring thing ever. If I heard it in person or if I watched it for 9 hours, it can go fuck itself.
Yeah. Her accent to me was so bad.
Oh, it was not a good British accent.
This is a story of a long, long time. How about you just talk? Guys, my mom, born in England. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she lived in fucking England since she was like 40 years old. My English is in my blood. I've heard so many English accents. I've been to England when I was a kid. Like, people don't talk like that.
Yeah, you're doing it like the way a 13-year-old would do it for a play.
Like she's in fucking 1709. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm going to talk like this. We could do way better British accents, female British accents than her, by the way.
Oh my God,
It's not even a
absolutely.
question. It's in your blood, and I've always been a fan of the British accent.
And then also, who else had a horrible English accent? Which I love this guy, man. He's in one of my favorite movies of all time. I think he's a good actor that kind of made a comeback with Hill House. Henry Thomas, the kid from E.T. He's little Elliot from E.T., guys. He's in this. His accent might have been worse, dude.
It's rough.
It might have been worse.
It's like the both of them didn't. It's like they were probably offered dialect coaches, and they was like, no, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's his name? Who's the fucking idiot who makes this stuff?
Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan. I think he's just. I liked Hill House, right?
Yeah,
but I didn't. Like, I liked it, but I think there's a reason why I never watched it again.
I never will.
Right?
Yeah, no, I never will.
It's not. There's a. I always said it. His movies and his shows, Dr. Sleep, this, Hill House. There is almost like a coat over the screen that makes everything shiny and fuzzy and too clean, and it's like there's so much light coming through, whether it should be natural light or it's artificial light, that fuzzes everything around it, and it gives it this like too clean and sleek look that I hate. And I notice it in Dr. Sleep. I go, oh wow, yeah, this does kind of look like how Hill House looked, but even more. Right. And this show, it's amped up to fucking 11, bro.
It's very bright.
It's bright and like fuzzy. It's like fuzzy, man. Like there's no detail and sharpness and stuff. It's like even looking at this shot, like I'm just on IMDb and that shot just popped up, dude.
Oh yeah, that's the whole show.
Look at the windows. Look at the fucking shit.
You notice it there. You notice it anytime they're outside in the on the actual like landscape of the manor. Like anytime they're at the lake, you're like, oh my God, they're in the woods. Oh my God, it just has that. It kind of gets a little nauseating after a while.
And it's not just the lens in that it's shallow depth of field where, guys, that means stuff is blurry in the background, right? And that's a good look for a lot of things, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But that's not this. This is a choice to make his shit look like this, and I hate this fucking look. Yeah. So even though it's shot competently and the wardrobes are good and the fucking the costumes and all this shit's good, it's got a budget, right?
The set looks good.
All that is a budget.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That doesn't take talent to do that, right?
No.
So I think he gets credit for all that stuff. And then if you strip all that away, is this really what it claimed to be? That's the best way I could put it, right? I said, hey, if you called this fucking thing Spirits of Love, right? You know, like spirits, like Spirits of Love. And then you go, okay, I know what I'm getting.
Right.
It's going to be romance and all these different relationships and, oh, how do I live without this person? And did I double cross her so we could be together forever? All this kind of stuff. Different. You know what you're expecting. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
To call this the Haunting of Bly Manor, just like the Haunting of Hill House. The Haunting of Bly Manor, the Haunting of Hill House. You are expecting something in the ballpark of Hill House.
Yeah.
And this is not that.
No. Think back to Hill House. Think about all the awesome research that came out afterward of the shots of the ghosts in the back.
Fantastic.
And those little things you're like, oh, that made it a little bit creepier now that I don't know about it. This is... I texted to someone who also agreed when they finished. My buddy Oz, if you're watching, you're the man. Anyway, he goes, oh no, this is a love story and it just has some ghosts. I said 100%. I go, this is 98% love story, 2% ghost, and the 2% that you get is not good.
Well, that's a great point because they say ghosts in this.
Yeah.
But it's not ghosts. It's just people, guys. So it's basically just saying he's a ghost.
Yeah.
She's a ghost. He's a ghost. She's a ghost. That is an afterthought and not a necessity, right?
Right.
So in Hill House, you're like, oh, this is a scary scene. This is a spirit in the house that is mean and aggressive. The way it looks, the crawling things, you're like, oh, this is a ghost. This is that fucking Victorian Gothic era where it's just it's just a guy, and you're like, oh no, he's a ghost. I hate that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I hate when it's just like, oh, he's a ghost. Sixth Sense, that's awesome how that works.
For sure.
Because that's a twist thing where you're like, oh, he's a ghost the whole time. That's cool. I get it. Yeah.
Stand alone, dude.
And his wound is kind of in his stomach, so you can't see it. The other ghosts in that, you see their wounds. I love that.
Yeah, creative.
This had nothing like that. The only thing was the faces. That was the dumbest, stupidest thing I've seen. Just these CGI faceless ghosts.
The faceless doll
that were just not scary.
No.
If you there long enough, then you just start to lose your face and you don't remember who you are.
I don't. It's so dumb. It's so pointless. Dude. It's just one of those things that get you angry as a viewer when you're expecting some guys. It's first of all, they dropped this in October, so I'm going
on
cool
purpose,
dude, without
on
a doubt,
purpose.
Like, could it have been August? Sure, but this is October. You're getting us gear for Halloween, and you're gonna give us this.
Yep.
And dude, look, I know it's an adaptation. They took inspiration from Turning of the Screw, like you said, and a bunch of other things.
A bunch of other things. And I want to get back to that because that's a very important thing for me.
I am so sick.
Yeah.
So sick of shows and or movies that do the, oh, well, you died here, you're trapped. I am so sick of it. I'm done with it.
Yep.
I don't ever want to see it again. American Horror Story did the best.
Well, okay, all right. But I have an argument for that.
Shoot.
What just recently did it that I actually liked? And you just said the name of it.
I did?
Yep, you just said the name of it.
Fuck, what'd I say?
What
movie show?
What show did you just say?
American Horror Story.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, season 1.
No. I said, what they recently? Obviously, they did it in the house.
Camp,
the camp,
yeah,
dude.
See that, but that.
So
right.
no, I'm saying you can do that good now. Where if you die in a place, you're trapped there.
Right.
That's not the issue. It's you die in a gothic mansion. That's been done 1,000 times.
There's 20 movies on iTunes right now that have that.
So I think you like I agree with you, bro. 100%.
I know what you mean.
I just think you have to say that it can still be done right. Because that's a thing that will go on forever. Yeah, you die somewhere. That's it.
Yeah.
But it's you die in an old gothic mansion. Like, yeah, dude. How many fucking times have we seen that? Surprised me, man.
Yeah.
Surprised me.
Seriously.
And they didn't, dude.
No.
They didn't. This is the first fucking thing that we've ever done Fiends Watch for that I took no notes and didn't even have to really ponder and think about. Even when we go see movies back before COVID, we would go see a movie. And then I get in my car and we drive to my house, to the studio, and I'd be in my car taking notes while I'm on the highway, just driving like, oh, hope I don't die. But I got to take these notes down so I don't forget them.
Yeah.
Watching shit at home that we've done, I took notes on Hubie Halloween, guys. I take notes. This, I was just like, I hate it. I don't care for it. This story is putting me to sleep.
That at the end of the day, dude, it's the doctor sleep of shows. It's the doctor sleep of Netflix shows because I painstakingly the first day I go, let me knock out 4. And Mikey,
that's like a fucking cross-country road trip, bro.
It's like watching all the Lord of the Rings all together at the same time, but not good. Like it felt just as long as those 3 movies.
Oh my God.
But I remember watching at 4 and I go, you know what? I think we're going to do the F-dub. I think we're going to do the Fiends Watch. I'm just going to finish it. And Mikey, letting it hit, resume in 5 seconds, letting it run was one of the most painful things of all time because I knew after literally the second episode that I'm going to hate the next 7 and I just had to do it and I fucking regret it. And I remember, and literally, if I was under the impression that we weren't going to do it, I would have stopped at episode 3 or 4.
That's crazy because you never stop.
I usually look. I'll usually go, dude. I'm a 99 percentile finisher. I'll usually finish 99% of things
of shows. Of shows, yep.
Especially shows. But dude, from the little girl, Perfectly Splendid got me so mad.
See, I didn't mind the kids. I didn't really care. That wasn't my problem. But no, a lot of people on IMDb said that.
I hated it. And dude, it goes until episode 8.
Oh, I know.
And it's repeated 1,000 times.
And then she says the other thing, Perfectly Dreadful or whatever her other saying is.
She gets to the
when she says like a negative thing. Yeah, exactly.
But she tried to do it as a joke once.
Oh, yeah.
Or sorry, Mike Flanagan or whoever directed that episode tried to do it as a joke where she ended it and it's perfectly, and then it goes to the next shot. And I go, did you think that people were going to be like, okay, she was going to say Splendid.
What's she going to say? That's amazing. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
This is making my blood boil.
So, yeah, no, I agree.
So disappointing.
So disappointing. And they had a formula for every episode that I noticed. And I'm like, oh, this is just a cheap trick. Like, it's just a trick to do this. They would have an entire episode with nothing scary during the entire episode. Yeah. Nothing scary.
You're right.
People in a room talking and repeating things that you've heard 1,000 times before.
Billions of times.
That's all it was. I didn't fast forward through entire conversations. I did not fast forward through one entire conversation. I would at least stop and listen for like a minute. I'd be like, all right, what are they talking about? Okay. Well, I know what happens, but what? Okay, that's okay. Let me get to the next conversation. So I didn't miss conversations. I just didn't listen to the entire things. But they had a formula of nothing scary every episode. Then the last 5 minutes, they would throw in something scary.
Yeah.
Whether she got locked in the closet in the first episode or she's getting dragged by the lady in the second to last episode. There were and I go, it tricked people into being like, oh, this show's scary. Let me watch the next episode.
Yeah, hit next.
And then you'd hit next, and it would just, it'd be like a fucking, just like a marathon runner just sprinting to the finish line. And then you're like, oh, got him. And then he just slows down.
Yeah.
And then you're like, when's he going to speed up again, dude?
Yeah.
And then he speeds up right at the end. And
You're
then
like, oh, he's good.
slows down again at the next episode. There was no pace or buildup or suspense during this entire thing. The suspense was totally gone. And Hill House was butt fuck with suspense.
100%. And it's just one of those things where, to go back to one of the first things you said, I think if this came out on its own,
Yep.
I mean, personally, I would still not like it.
And call this something different. No, I'm
For
saying
sure.
if it came out on its own called Spirits of Love, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, Mike Flanagan's doing this thing, Spirits of Love. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
yeah.
a horror, mystery, romance. You're like, okay, I wouldn't like it.
No.
I'm just saying people might not be bashing it the way they are.
Yeah.
That was my only point.
No, and I'm agreeing with you.
I would
And
still
I'm trying to
hate
think.
it.
And isn't that funny though? If it wasn't The Haunting of Bly Manor and it was Spirits of Love, we would have never even thought to do a Fiends Watch for it.
Wouldn't even watch
We
it.
would be like, maybe after the first episode, if one of us was like, oh, dude, it's fucking ill, then we would. But aside from that, we'd be like, move on. Next, what else is on? Let me watch some fucking reruns or something.
Just don't market it as that because it's so stupid. I wanted an American Horror Story type of thing
Absolutely.
where every season was so different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, this is not that. This is like, oh, it's kind of like Hill House, just without the horror.
Right.
It takes place in a big manor, like all this stuff. And it's just the themes. Guys, we're not dumb. Well, we are kind of dumb, but we're not really dumb. We understood the themes, right? And the idea of love and loss and heartbreak. And I got all that.
Absolutely.
Like, I understood all of it, okay?
Yeah.
The hand on the shoulder at the end. Oh, my God, is it really her? Is it just a metaphor for fucking, what's her name, Sammy's fucking thing or whatever her dumb name is?
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Awesome, right? I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like that, okay?
No,
so we did not get it, all right? Just didn't like it.
Yeah,
okay?
it's tough. It's very okay. So going way back to like a month ago.
Before Bly Manor, yeah, just before.
Just imagine before that.
Before this ruined me,
And-
yeah.
it really did.
Yeah.
We talked about, and we were kind of pumped that at that time, IMDb said 3 episodes. And we go, oh, like that's something new. When you know
Awesome.
that Hill House, I believe, was 10.
Yeah, it was 10. Yep.
Okay. And then you see that, I go, oh, dude, no fat. I go, this could be awesome.
Yep.
This could be, guys, it said 3 for a minute. It said 3 for a very long time. And then about a week beforehand, it changed over to 9. And I remember when we texted each other or said it or somebody
No,
said
you
it.
texted me
Oh,
and
yeah.
I got super mad.
And I go,
I was
dude,
depressed.
Bly Manor just updated
Yep.
9 episodes. And I'm going, it already put a fucking bad taste in my mouth. I go, okay, what's going on here?
Yep. So,
It's very, very frustrating.
Yep.
Especially during COVID, especially when there's not too many.
you want things to watch.
You
yeah.
want things to watch,
Yeah.
and then you get thrown something that you think is even. Look, if they got to 75% of Hill House, of the way that you felt and the way you felt about
yeah.
the show, I'd be fine with it. But to literally be 0,
Yeah.
this is a fucking 0.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
It's so
and
bad.
I'm never gonna forgive Netflix and Mike Flanagan for it. And I might never go see another movie that's directed by him again.
It's a soap opera disguised as a horror. That's literally what it is. It's a soap opera disguised as a horror.
It's the
And
best
I
way
could
to say it.
just tell that they were running out, excuse me, of ideas and episodes to do when they focused on, the African-American woman, what's her name? Mrs. Gross. She's the housekeeper, right?
Yep.
First of all, I hate the idea of like, you're so rich, you have a cook, you have a housekeeper, let's hire a nanny.
I go,
What?
okay, so Mrs. Gross should just be watching the kids because she's not doing it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you have adults there.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
you're like, oh, I'm going to hire a nanny?
Yeah.
How many fucking people do you want there?
Yeah, and make it more obvious, by the way, in the second episode that Mrs. Gross is a ghost. She doesn't eat. She doesn't even really drink. I think they did that on purpose where she'll go like that, but
Yep.
you don't, and then she, again, they never explained it, but I'm just watching, I go, oh, she's a ghost.
Yeah.
She doesn't leave. Oh, I can't, I haven't really slept much
Well,
lately.
the first time we meet her, she's not in the house. She's outside by the well.
on the property.
I'm
Yeah.
saying on the property,
Yeah.
exactly.
I just knew it. And I go, oh my God.
And I
dude.
hate that in things when you have to repeat and watch things again. You don't mind it sometimes?
If it's done well.
Yeah.
If it's done well.
But I'm not saying like you love
No,
it. I'm
no,
saying,
no.
I hate it.
I
Like,
know-
I hate when I have to rewatch stuff.
Oh, I've specifically watched things that I thought I was like, oh, dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But you're not going to like it. And you're like, why not? I go, do you like seeing things being repeated that time?
Hate it.
Never mind. So, yeah.
Groundhog Day, Edge of Tomorrow. Those are the only two movies.
100%.
This does it a lot. And I'm like, oh, wait, we're going back to the conversation with Miss Gross and the cook. Okay, the interview. And now we're going back to this scene that we've seen twice before.
They did that again in another episode.
I know.
And I'm going, guys.
That's my point. My point is they did a whole episode on her, and then they're showing things that we've already seen again. And I'm going, dude, it just told me that's what brought me to this whole point is that it showed that they were running out of ideas, and they stretched a fucking, Laffy Taffy as far as it can go.
That's the
as
term,
far
dude.
as it can go. And it should have stopped like maybe 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And they just that thing broke, and they just kept doing it, dude.
That's the industry term, pulling the taffy.
Bro, come on, dude. I'm in the industry, bro.
Yeah, we're industry people too, don't
well, we're going to be soon.
take it easy.
Yeah, dude. Now let's talk about the people in it. Like,
sure.
I
Victoria Pedretti, main actress.
I love her. She's
Danny,
fine.
Dude, she's
fine.
cute. I like her, even though she also made some weird inflection choices sometimes in the way she talks.
Did Souls bring that up, or did you bring that up?
I did. There's a couple times
She
where...
brought up. No. Didn't Souls bring up the faces? Where he's like, dude, yeah, Souls brought up the faces.
He brought the faces.
He's like, dude, she makes like weird faces sometimes that she's like, like
I know
everything's over dramatized.
I know what I said. I said she made some weird acting choices. What I meant to say was accent choices.
Yes.
There's a couple times where she kind of... It's so different than her character in 1, which again, it's fine. You're playing someone else.
Yeah, of course.
But like, she had some weird inflections on some certain lines that didn't work, and it was kind
She's
of
from
awkward.
Philly, dude.
Yeah, maybe that could be.
She's from Philly. She's not British or anything, you know?
Yeah. But anyway, but again, I like her. I've seen her in a bunch of other things that just came out in the last couple of years. She's been in some movies, but
like what? What the fuck has she been in?
She was in it was something not good that I watched, but I was like, oh, it's a chick from Hill House.
She's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
As Lulu. That's not what I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What?
I watched it because dude, my
What'd you
mom
watch?
loved
Shirley?
Amazing Stories back in the day. As we all did.
I didn't even...
As we all did, but the new ones were awful, but she was in that too. But
As
anyway.
we all did. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but all right, we'll move past it.
We'll bring it up on 2DHF, our other
Exactly,
podcast.
100%.
Philippines. Holy shit, dude.
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Oliver Jackson with the strong Irish accent. So strong.
It was like Scottish-Irish, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he's English, so...
Yep.
And then no one, like, stood out for me. I didn't think the acting was bad. I'm not talking about the accents. I'm saying just the acting, right?
No, the acting.
I didn't think it was, like, bad. Like, it's competent. It's like, it's not that much different from Hill House for me. Like, I thought there were parts in Hill House where I was like, this is so, like, soap opera-y, like, very dramatic and, no, come back. Like, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
so I was kind of expecting that. But for me, the biggest problem with this entire show is that why do this now? So, turning of the screw. So I want to get to this.
Yeah.
That fucking story has been adapted 1,000 times.
Literally.
In so many different things, right? And to set a story, it's 2020, right? You just did this awesome thing with Hill House that was kind of based on a haunting, right?
Yeah.
Of Hill House. And it was like kind of, they already did the haunting and the remake of it, but it was different than that. So that's kind of a fresh idea. But then to do this and to base it on on a story that's been done so many times, and you set it it's this Victorian Gothic horror, and I'm like, that's not new or fresh. You got to give Ryan Murphy credit for at least, even if you think American Horror Story fell off or whatever you want to say about it. I'm not saying it's a great show. I think it's still a good show. At least it's fresh and new takes on things.
For sure.
He can go, oh, I'm going to do an 80s type, some haunted camp thing. That's awesome. He does it pretty fucking decently.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But this is just something that's been done so many times to where it already puts you at a disadvantage because people have seen things like this 1,000 times with 2 kids. They're creepy. Are they dead? Are they not dead? Wait, are they doing this? Are they not doing this? A new nanny in a Victorian Gothic house. Stop. I've seen it done so many times.
It's exhausting.
And it makes me frustrated that is what this story was.
Yeah.
That's, to me, was the biggest just misstep that they took before they even started production.
Good point. If they went with something that's either less heard of or a new idea, then that makes it fresh.
Yeah,
because
like Hill House.
See, there you go.
I'm saying like Hill House, which was based on something, but not entirely. It was a new people, new story, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, make it fresh, make it new, but make it exciting. Like, there's no excitement in this.
None.
Like, I really want to know and like actually have a conversation with somebody who's like this was fantastic.
You can find them. It has a fucking 80-something on Rotten Tomatoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they're out there.
Yeah, like I've had texts, like some like DMs and stuff, but I want to be like, hey, so seriously, let me know, why did you think this was just as good, if not better? Because I've heard people say better than Hill House, and I go, I think you're just saying that to say it.
Well, I think I can name things that people are going to say, right? They're going to be like, oh my God, like the production value was so good. The acting was so awesome. It left me heartbroken at the end that these people are in these relationships, and then what's her name sacrifices herself at the end. And there's good, like I can see why someone would like it it's not like a bad show. It's just that I didn't like it. So I can see why it has an 85. Like, if this is what you're into, it's done well if this is what you're into. But I'm just not into this.
Yeah,
so
I can't. Yeah.
I can definitely see how it has an 85. Like, it shouldn't have a 30 on Rotten Tomatoes. I can see people, I've watched good fucking rave reviews on YouTube about it. People have been like, oh no, yeah, I thought it was good. And I'm like, good? I'm like, you thought this was good? It's like, yeah, the story and, the relationships. And I'm like, okay, I can't argue with that because it's done well. Right? Like, it's not people, you could tell people actually like cared and wanted to make it. I just don't like any of the subject matter and any of the storylines. Yeah. So that's what does it for me, is what I'm trying to say.
Is the story good? Because I just don't think it is.
No. That's why I would say to them, good. I'd be like, good, but I'm saying it's done competently. It's not new and fresh. But we watch fucking horror movies every week about things that we've seen 1,000 times before.
True.
But if it's done decently, we're like, oh yeah, it's good, man. I'm just saying, if this is your thing, you're really going to like it, is what I'm trying to say. I can see why people are raving about it. Because I just, from the moment it started, how slow it was to even get going. They didn't even drop, guys, we came up with a genius movie idea on our last episode of our other podcast show, Episode Fiends. Click the link in the description. It is episode 420, and it's called 1888. We came up with a great thing. We talked about it for a fucking hour, right?
Fantastic.
So, now I forgot what I was going to say because I was plugging our thing.
You were, but it was something about a story or something. You said you start from the moment you started it, you knew it was going to be.
Oh, yeah. No, so we talked about, I go, dude, but you need to, your first scene is most important. Yeah. I said your first scene needs to capture people right in. They always say like the first shot / scene of a movie is the most important one, right? So we were talking about, oh, well, what should our first scene be? Da-da-da-da. And this, I'm going, like, you watch Hill House and you watch that whole first scene and the camera's up on the house and then it's storming and you're like, oh shit. Okay, I'm in it. Like, you're in it, right?
You sucked me in.
This didn't even do that with me. It didn't even hit me with, like, what's his name? Less gay Ryan Murphy, Mike Flanagan. Even if it's not going to be as horror-filled, as you said, exciting, suspenseful, tension-filled. Even if you know that, at least start it off to where your first scene is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm going to get these people right in. So then they can, even if they don't love the storyline, they're going to be like, oh, well, the first scene was good, so they're like, something good's coming.
They're throwing something at me that...
it's going to come back.
Hook, line, and sinker on the first scene, but
no. Going to hook us right in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude.
But not a fucking wedding party thing.
It's with Greg Sestero.
Yeah,
you know
that just threw me off. Like,
again,
what is
hi, I'm Greg Sestero. Hey. I can't move my mouth.
You guys know me and Tommy Wiseau from The Room. Man.
Yeah.
Very, very strange. Is there any positives?
So that's what I was saying. What's up?
Any positives?
Well, I think, like I said before, the positives are that, like, it's shot competently, it's the production design's good, the costumes, all that kind of stuff. It's not cheaply done. It looks like a movie, right?
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks like a movie.
It looks great.
We looks don't like Dr. Sleep. It looks just like Dr. Sleep.
It looks good. We just don't hate. We hate that fuzzy look.
Just like Dr. Sleep.
Oh yeah. I'm with you on the fuzzy look.
I'm not talking about No, I mean everything else. Yeah.
This thing probably cost fucking $100 million.
It could have cost definitely a bunch of million.
Oh, absolutely.
8 hours and 14 minutes to suffer through this bullshit. This, Mikey, is the perfect example of why I don't like shows.
Yeah.
Like, it really, obviously, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, Sopranos. I like those ones.
Sons of Anarchy.
But stuff like this, 8 hours to tell this story, Mikey?
Yeah.
8 hours?
Yep.
God damn it, man.
It's very frustrating. I wish it was 3 episodes because, in all seriousness...
Do you think you would have liked it if it was 3 episodes?
Would have liked it more.
No. Do you think you would have liked it?
That's a very good question. Probably not.
Yeah, because
I don't like the story. So even if you condense it to an hour and a half, I'd be like, all right.
That's what I'm saying.
Lame. It's just another throwaway fucking iTunes movie that, The Haunting of Bly Manor is on iTunes. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Oh, I see that it has like a 62. Great.
And what's up with the end? About how she's like, well, I don't think you'd find a place like a place by that name. What's up with that?
No idea.
Was it, because I watched a bunch of videos after. I wanted to know theories and all this shit. And some people are like, well, that line might mean that she was making up the story the whole time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I thought of that. That's lame. It's lame. No, I did. It's lame. It's lame.
I
Or
thought that means that they just like named it something different.
Oh, no.
So no one would go there.
100%.
Because the fucking girl in the wedding is what's her name, Flora.
Oh God,
it is Flora. So like they're really them from when they were kids, but they forgot everything.
I hate it.
I thought you had to be a ghost to forget everything.
Yeah, like why?
It's a line that they drop in the last episode when they're having dinner with the cook.
Yeah,
they're like, no, they have no memory of anything that went on there.
Or maybe it's because they were taken over. So when they were both taken over by...
yeah, but not all the time. They would bounce back and forth.
Right, but by the last time they did it, I forgot
no way,
everything
you're
beforehand.
fucking... No, that's bullshit. Mike Flanagan should not make you have to do that. See what I'm saying?
That's a good point, yeah.
There's no way, bro.
Breaking the rules.
If they were fucking possessed one time, and then, they came out of the possession.
Yeah.
And now they're like, I forgot everything.
That means they forgot that their fucking parents are
That's
dead?
different. That's different.
Yeah.
But they were getting possessed and not possessed the whole fucking time.
Yeah, that's true.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So come on, man.
Yeah.
I will tell you the one scary scene for me in this show.
Yeah.
I think it was either the first or the second episode. I cannot remember, but it was when the little girl was looking at either it might have been the hide and seek one, or she was doing something.
Yeah, I think
she was in the room. She was in the basement.
Yeah.
And she's looking, and there's the thing behind her before we really see the faceless stuff.
Yeah.
And she's on the ground. I think it's the ghost of the sister who was killed back in the day.
Yes, that's
who
100%.
it's the ghost of.
Yep.
And she's forgotten who she is because she's been there for so long.
Trapped in a room.
When that scene, before I knew what was going on, what the ghosts were, right?
Yeah.
And then you just see her in the background, blurry, but she's like, and she's on the ground just trying to get up, and then she looks up and comes over, and the little girl's like, shh.
Perfectly splendid.
And she goes back down.
Yeah.
I go, that is a good scene. That is reminiscent of Hill House.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing that I thought was creepy in the entire thing.
Make that the first scene.
Yeah.
Make that scene, just make that the first scene where I'm going, this little girl's creepy, and then you cut to fucking Gina Giglio or fucking name is, and then she starts telling the story. You go, but what was up with that? With the she's gonna tell that story.
Yes,
fine.
That's a great point. Make that the first scene.
Sure, why not? But
do you have any other scary scene?
That was the scene.
That was the scene.
Of course, because that's the most effective one. It's creepy that she turns around and says, "Shh," because you're going, there's.
But she have control over them.
Yeah, she knows there's a relationship. She's not scared, so this is creepy. But the introduction of the characters, man, just that whole first episode as setup was so fucking long.
I remember clicking and it's like 23 minutes and I'm like, we're like in the office, like interview, and I'm like,
oh God, that's right.
And you still hear, what's her name? Yeah, Gina, whatever the fuck her name is. She's just like, and her wits were just about done and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going,
needed a job.
Stop with this fucking bullshit English accent narration.
Yeah.
I feel like dude, if this was made in 1960, bravo.
Great job.
Good job.
2020.
You can't do it 60 years later, man.
No.
This has been done 1,000 times. And people are like, well, you know what? 2 episode Fiends, you Fiends Watch fucks. Victorian Gothic horror is on a downslope, and someone needed to bring it back.
No, hey, whatever your name is?
Yes, my name is Nigel. What's up?
Nigel, you don't.
Good point.
See you later.
Yeah,
go
exactly.
Watch Fiends Watch.
You don't. Are we bringing back fucking stupid, besides Quentin Tarantino, are we bringing back stupid spaghetti westerns? No, we're not.
Come on, dude, no.
Because it's of the time, right?
Downslope.
Why do you think the fucking Haunting, that movie that came out, 1999 or whatever, was not well received? Because it was a remake of the Hill House movie called A Haunting that was done in the 60s or whatever, and that had never been done before. I watched a YouTube video on how groundbreaking the original Haunting was because they were doing scenes and things with ghosts that have never been done before, effects, all this crazy shit. That is why it hit. But when you make it 40 years later, people are like, this is boring, this is dumb.
It's old, it's recycled.
Okay, Owen Wilson gets killed in a cool way. That's it.
Yeah, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
It reminded me of this, is what I'm trying to say. This was like, oh my God, this has been done 1,000 times, and it's so exhausting and so slow.
Super exhausting.
God damn it, this is slower than a fucking piece of fucking honey wax mixed with a piece of molasses from Murder Scared Stupid.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Going down in slow motion while it just took a hit of slow-mo from Dread.
That's so slow.
Can you get any slower than that?
The show.
No, can you get any slower than that?
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Come on, man. It's pretty fucking
Great
slow.
slow breakdown, dude.
Thanks, man. I try a lot of slow-mos. You know what I mean?
Everyone knows your slow breakdowns are off the chain. Henry Thomas, though, I just got to say this, though.
Tommy.
And it's because of Dr. Sleep, of how ridiculous his face was when he was going up the stairs as Jack Torrance. He tried... Did you catch that scene?
Which one?
Okay, so Henry Thomas is talking to a ghost version of himself.
Oh, it's his episode, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched that one. Like, mostly, because I was like, oh, what's going on with him?
Okay.
I go, oh, he's really the dad? I go, okay, cool. Like, because I read it, and I go, I want to kind of watch it, yeah.
So he gets knocked on the ground by his own Henry Thomas, and he goes to make this face, and it's very reminiscent of Jack Torrance and Dr. Sleep, how that just didn't work. And it's very... Dude, cheap, but it's not good.
If you could take a screenshot of that or put it on your TV and take a picture, no Netflix.
I 100% will.
Send it to me because I want to put that up here because I don't remember it and I would want to see it. See what I'm saying? But we should show them. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
it's just like him doing Jack Torrance up the stairs, and we all know what that looks like.
100%.
It's burned into my skull.
Wow.
But I like him. I just feel like he doesn't get
Elliot.
He just like Hill House was great for him.
Well, yeah, it was a fucking resurgence, dude.
Of course, dude. And I just watched ET the other day. It was fantastic.
But it's just Mike Flanagan gave him a thing, and now he's in all Mike Flanagan things. Great. Good job, Henry Thomas. See you later.
But just give him better scripts.
Yeah.
A la Dr. Sleep, a la... Those are shitty scripts, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And this, because he's a good actor. So he
is.
He was a positive in my mind along with the lead for this. Everyone else I could give a shit less about. Exactly. I like the lesbian scenes. Can we talk about that for 5 seconds?
Yeah, man.
I liked them.
It was cool to have lesbians in the struggle of, sexuality. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was like the 80s,
but
right?
what I hated was the black ghost that kept popping behind her in the first 2 episodes. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And then when you learn that it's the boyfriend when he got out of the car right after she told him, and it's the reflection of the truck in his glasses, I go, I don't care because it looks stupid as a ghost. So I understand the story and why you did that, right? Like, oh no, it's the reflection. When he got out, a truck hit him. I get it, but that's a stupid visual for a ghost.
It's one of the worst.
It was, Mikey, it was video game bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, no, it actually kind of reminds me of a video game.
Right?
Like the way it looks.
Just
and
black and then just these
the bright eyes.
And then it would just be gone.
And actually, wait, why is he at Bly Manor?
No, that's just her, like,
it's
right?
all her. It's all her.
Just her, like, imagining the ghosts of her past. All right, well.
Dude, rough city. This was rough city, man. We got to give our scores.
So before scores, let's do one word to describe this series. You go first.
The season?
Yeah.
The season, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say, I'm kind of stealing it. Molasses.
Oh, that's cool, man. All right. I'm going to do a little more simpler terms. I'm going to say one word to describe this. All-encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
Boring.
Love it.
I'm just going to say overall, guys, it's just boring.
How tough is it to say that about something?
It kills me, Mikey.
Yeah, about anything. Just be like, dude,
that you're going to make this awesome horror series that we want. We love Hill House. Like, I wanted to love this.
Absolutely.
I wish we said that before. If people didn't last. Like, oh, these 2 fucks didn't like this fucking episode. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like this season.
Yeah.
I wish we said that. It's like, I wanted to love this. We were so pumped for this to come out.
Absolutely.
Guys. Like, really pumped.
No, extreme. One of them,
yeah.
In the last 2-3 months, it was one of those, oh, dude, Bly Manor.
Yeah.
Come on, dude, because I'm expecting a Hill House. Oof. That's what I'm expecting. Like,
absolutely.
Oof.
So,
are you excited for whatever's next?
In terms of what?
Because they're going to do it. He's going to do another season of something.
No.
I'm not excited at all.
What?
I'm depressed. I hope that it's a flip-flop.
Hey.
I hope that it's like, guys, you need to watch The Haunting of Butthole because The Haunting of Butthole is exactly what you want.
That name would be great. The Haunting of Butthole, dude. Make a poster right
it's
now.
Like Butthole, like Ireland. It's like the town or something.
The Haunting of Butthole, dude. That's it.
Yeah, what were you going to say? Scores, what?
I forgot what I was going to say. It's
scores?
Fine.
No,
let's do scores, man.
All right.
You give me your score first.
Here's a score that I texted to Souls.
Yeah.
And I'm sticking with it.
All right, cool.
It doesn't change. And again, on IMDb, you can only do 1 through 10.
IMDb, just to let you know, guys, 7.5 right now.
All right.
And it's based on almost 35,000 people.
No, I contributed to that. And I'm giving The Haunting of Bly Manor a 3.8.
Wow. That's fucking low.
That's
fucking low.
I hated it, Mikey. I go, so this is the lowest thing I've ever rated in my life.
That's fucking low.
Dude, it doesn't deserve a 4. It doesn't deserve a 5 in my book.
I don't know. I think it might deserve a 4 just for everything else that I didn't.
So what's your score?
I think I'm going to go with a 4. Yeah. I think I'm going to give this a 4.
That's what I had to give it.
That's why it's so low for me, because it's expectations.
Yeah.
I was not expecting you to be that low.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all the it's made competently, so that's why I think I'm giving it a 4 for all the other stuff. But like storyline and scares and tension and suspense, none of that. If you want to give me a soap opera love story in a Victorian Gothic mansion, Yeah. Name it that, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Don't
this
give me
was
the
bad.
Haunting of Bly Manor. Such a cool name, dude. A manor? Bro.
Yeah, come on, dude.
McCamey Manor, dude.
Yeah, come on, dude. There's so many cool-
manners?
Guys,
Kids
there's a lot
have
of
manners,
cool
dude.
manners,
There's a lot of
dude.
manor things going
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, dude? Come on.
Isms?
Dude, there's a lot of... Manor's such a cool word. For you to destroy it like this really fucking kills me, Ryan Flanagan. All right.
But not a cool season.
Not a cool season at all.
Not at all.
So, guys, again, if you disagree with us, awesome. I can see why, but fuck you. And I'm not excited for anything from Mike Flanagan. Not even just the next. I'm not excited for any movie he
any
makes.
movie, any show,
I
any
hated
idea.
Dr. Sleep. Fuck.
Yeah.
I just don't like him, man. Don't
And
like
whatever you thought, leave it in the comments. Let us know. We love to see those.
100%. So that's it. We want to thank you, people, for stopping by to watch. One more time.
As always.
We're going to be back next time with something super great.
Nice.